आगे।
ठीक है. Hello, good morning, sir. Our topic of presentation is process of capital budgeting, cash inflows and outflows. So, in next PPT, now what do you mean by capital? Capital refers to the financial resources that business can use to fund their operations like cash, machinery, equipment, and other resources. These are the assets that allow the business to produce a product or services to sell to customers. Now, we will refer to capital budgeting. Now, what do we mean by capital budgeting? As it is written, capital budgeting is a method of analyzing and comparing sustainable future investment and expenditures to determine which ones are most worthwhile. So it can also be seen that it is a finance terminology for the process of deciding whether or not to undertake an investment project, whether we need to take an investment project or not. So another definition may be capital budgeting is a process of selection exercise performed by the business enterprise. Now, example of capital budgeting, as we can see that equipment that cost $115,000 are and generates a $5,000 annual return would appear to pay back on the investment in 3 years. Here we are seeing that uh, after 3 years we are getting the cost. Now, however, if economists expect inflation to rise 30% annually, now the inflation is 30% annually, then the estimated return value at the end of the first year is $20,000, is actually worth 15,385 when you account for inflation. So $20,000 divided by 1.3 equals to 15,385. The investment generates only $385 in real value after the first year. Now, features of capital budgeting. Now, features of capital budgeting is long-term effect, high degree of risk, huge funds, impact on cost structure, impact on firm's future, competitive strengths. Now, next presentation will be taken by Jogendra Lodi.
Capital budgeting process. Capital budgeting process is a complex as it involves decision relating to investment of current fund for the benefit to be achieved in the future, and the future is always uncertain. There is a 5 process of capital budgeting. First one is project identification and generation. The capital budgeting process being with the identification of investment proposal, the proposal of idea about potential investment opportunities may originate from the top management or may come from the rank and file worker of any department or any officer of the organization. On second one is screening and evaluation. Screening. The expenditure planning committees screen the various proposals received from the different department. And evaluation. The next step is the capital budgeting process is the evaluate from the profitability of various proposals. Now third one is project selection. The project selection proposal is done on the basis of selecting criteria and generating process which is defined from every frame, keeping in mind the objective of investment being undertaken. Fourth one is implementation. In the preparation of capital expenditure, budgeting, and incorporation of particular proposal in the budget does not itself authorize to go ahead with the implementation of the projects. Now last one is performance review. The last stage is the process of capital budgeting is the evaluation of the performance of the projects. Now, next slide is continued by Pradeep.
Good afternoon. So I'm going to tell you about the methods of capital budgeting. So capital budgeting methods are divided into two parts, which is traditional approach and modern approach. According to traditional approach, there are two methods, which are payback period and average rated average rate of return. And net present in modern budgeting techniques, there are four methods which are known as net present value, internal rate of return, modified internal rate of return, and probability index. Next slide, please. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you traditional method, which is payback period method. So payback period method refers to the uh, period in which proposed project generation generates enough cash so the initial investment is recovered. The project with shorter payback period is selected. So the formula for the calculation of payback period method is initial cash investment upon annual cash inflow. And the second method is average rate of return, which is also known as ARR. It is measured. It measures the probability of investment on the basis of information taken from the financial statement rather than cash inflows. Next slide, please. So here are the modern methods of capital budgeting, which is net present value or NPV. It is a discounting technique of capital budgeting wherein profitability of investment measured through the difference between the cash inflows generated out of cash outflows or the investment made in project. Next, please. So yes, the internal rate of return. Next method is internal rate of return, which is IRR. It is the rate that makes net present value of any project equals to zero, and modified internal rate of return, which is MIRR. It is the distinct improvement over the internal rate of return that assumes the cash inflows generated from the project and reinvested at firm cost of capital rather than company internal rate of return. Next slide, please. The final and the last method is profitability index. It is measured that the present value of return derived per rupee invested. In this, if the profitability index is 1.0, if it is over than 1.0, then that project is selected, and if it is below than 1.0, then it is rejected. Thank you. Now further slide will be concluded by my teammate, which is Chetan Gadge.
A very good afternoon, sir. I am Chetan Kharge, and today I am going to explain the concept of cash inflows and outflows. So, when it comes to cash inflows, it is the money which is going into the business that could be from sales, investments, or financing. There are three activities through which we can generate some money for our business: sales, investment, or financing. Next slide. Now, when it comes to cash outflow, the total outgoing cash funds from a company in a given period of time. Cash outflows includes expenses such as salaries, supplies, and maintenance, as well as paying dividends or servicing any debt held by the company. Basically, cash outflow means the money which is going from the businesses for paying any expenses or any expansion for any expansion of our business. So it may be considered as a cash outflow. Next slide. Next slide. These are some sources of cash inflows and outflows. Now, as far as the sources of cash inflows is concerned, there are three activities through which we can generate cash for our businesses, like operating activities, investing activities, and financial activities. Now, when it comes to operating activities, it consists still of goods and services. Like if you have running any electronic shop, and you are a dealer of the electronic goods like mobile and refrigerator and ACs, then if you buy them, then you will generate some cash. Then it will be from your operating activities. And servicing also are also included in this, like there are so many tech giants like TCS, Wipro, Infosys. There are also software providing services companies, so they are also generating cash. And these are through this is the core part of the generating of the money for any businesses. And apart from that, there are two options. The first is investor activities, through which the cash can also come into the business, like sale of fixed assets, sale of long-term financial assets like shares and bonds, collection of the interest against the dividend debentures, and uh, collection of the dividend income against the shares, and collection of the loans that you have made you have ever lend money to anyone, so you can collect those money also. So it is these are the sources from investing activities. And next is financial activities. Through issuance of the stocks, and through long-term borrowings and short-term borrowings, we can generate some money for our businesses, for expansion of our business. And the now when it comes to sources of cash outflow, then there are also from three activities: operating, investing, and financial. Now when it comes to operating activities, purchase of supplies and selling expenses, general expenses, and administrative expenses. And you would pay some tax also, or at a certain percentage on a certain amount, that if you have ever sold any commodity or rendering any service, on that you will pay any tax. Then that would also as your core part of your uh, business. And second is investing activities, that if you have a capital expend if you have ever made capital expenditure, or made any capital for acquisition, like Walmart had a merger with the Flipkart. So business can make mergers for their expansion and technological advancement. Yes, there are these are the some options through which cash can be goes from the business. And from long-term financial investments also, like bonds and shares. And last one is financial activities, like repurchase of the shares and debentures. And if you have ever borrow from long-term and short-term debts, then you have to repay for that. And last two one is interest payment to the debenture holders, and the dividend payment to the shareholders. And this is all about the cash sources of the cash inflow and cash outflow. Thank you very much.